welcome then to the calamitous €200 Clio. I've just decided to bring it out for a bit of a drive today, just to keep it kind of ticking over, because the battery's not great and you don't want to leave a car sitting around because that doesn't do it any good at all. So yeah, I've borrowed an air compressor from a 2015 Mitsubishi Space Star, the little hatchback one, just to pump that front tyre up because it was flat. It's got a slow puncture, so we'll just bring it for a quick drive, 10 minutes or so, just to get the battery charged. Let's then set off anyway. Oh, jump start it'll have to be then. Battery's completely dead. Okay, so the jump leads are connected, the micro is running. Let's give this a go. Nothing as of yet. Sometimes the immobiliser can be a bit dodgy. Well, not dodgy, does its job, but yes, she lives. Of course she does. Right, let's go for that spin. So now out on the open road in the Clio. First time I've driven it properly for, well, since I bought it really. I haven't done a lot of driving with its numerous ailments and just general life busyness. And every time I drive it, I'm reminded of how good this car really is underneath the skin. And it just convinces me more that there is a good car in here somewhere. It's got lots of cosmetic issues and a few electrical as well. Let's not pretend it doesn't. But I do think that it is a good little car. I can't help getting away from that fact, really. It's not a fact, I suppose, more of an opinion, but I do think there's a good little car in here somewhere. I've just got to find it and extract it, which is obviously going to take time, money and work. But you know, there aren't many of these left here in Ireland, so it's well worth doing, in my opinion. I have to say, it's quite fun to drive as well. I wasn't really expecting that. The little 1.2 engine is lovely and peppy. The gearbox, I have to say, is incredibly silky and smooth. Maybe I'm just kind of delighted to be using a gearbox that isn't choppy and grindy and fiddly and horrible like the micros which I'm using every day. That gearbox is probably on the way out, so to actually get one that is in really good nick is really rather nice, to be honest. We're tackling some country roads here. I'm going to drop it down to 4th and get a little bit of power down, give it a bit of a blast here. It pulls really well, and as I've said previously, these seats are so comfortable. You just sink into them. It's like they've never been sat on. Oh, they are incredibly comfortable. I really do like them. So I've just pulled over here in the Clio next to the sea. It's a beautiful evening here. Not going to leave it obviously in this very salty environment for too long, because it'll simply dissolve. In fact, if I listen closely, I think I can hear it fizzing away already. Yeah, 16 Velvet, Steve, I'm thinking of you, because that is a very crispy old Clio you've got there. But thankfully this one, bodywork wise, isn't anywhere near as bad as that. Now when I first bought it, I did do an exterior walk around video, but I suppose there's no harm in doing another one, is there? So yeah, here is the exterior again. It's a little bit loud with the crashing waves and the slightly blustery, windy conditions that late November brings, but I just thought I'd show you again just how well weathered and how much patina this old Clio actually has. So yeah, let's have another look at some of the rough parts. So you've got a screw here holding the bumper on, and the bumper is kind of trying its best to fall off. Some trim missing down there, as you can see. We've got some pop rivets there, look, that are also holding this bumper together. We've got some lovely moss here, just there, as you can see, on the light, and a bit there too. We got some moss here around the number plate surround. I'll whip that off at some stage, the plates, and maybe clean that up. But to be honest, it's against plastic, so it's not going to cause any rust issues, of course, excuse me. So that's all good. Some more moss there. Isn't that lovely? No doubting this car's green credentials, obviously. Huge big scratch there. Some minor paint mismatching issues. And as you can see here, the wings and bonnet are a completely different shade of blue to the doors and the bumpers. This valance panel here is, I think it's a plastic, but it's all faded. This is a particular bodge job that I'm very happy with. The wing mirror is held on with 2 cable ties, one brace of metal on the top and the bottom, and a load of gaffer tape, and it's holding pretty strong so far, so I'm very proud of that. We've got a missing piece of body trim there. Looks like it's been scraped or bashed off. As you can see, the wheel arch is pretty badly marked there. Now we come to the back. Got a very, very small dent there, but that's the least of its issues, considering this piece of panelling here is cracked and is missing, and it's got some gaffer tape holding it together, which I quite like. Renault badge has seen slightly better days, a little bit grimy. I don't even know what this thing is here, like this little shroud that's holding the wing or the rear wiper on. That's a strange selection of blues. Looks quite funky, really, doesn't it? We got this huge dent here, which the owner told me happened when she reversed into a scaffolding pole and broke the rear windscreen. So the rear windscreen's not original. That's quite interesting. Coming around then to this, in fact, actually, you can see it. It's kind of damaged the boot lid completely because you've got quite a panel gap there. It's just got loads of scrapes and scratches, as you can see there. This bumper's a bit marked and is kind of falling away a little bit, but seems solid enough when you touch it. This side actually isn't too bad compared to the other one. And then the roof is horrendously marked, as you can see there. Really, really bad up here, but no rust. Seems solid. Right, let's get back in. It's a little bit chilly and noisy. So, that's the little... It's very, very toasty, actually. Lovely and warm. That's a little exterior tour of the Renault Clio. In here is full of old rubbish, simply because it's a rolling restoration jobby. So, it's a little bit messy, a little bit dirty, needs a good clean, but that's not at the top of my priority list at this moment in time. So, let's get it home. Likely, I won't really be able to do too much with it in the week because I'm working, and it's dark when I get home, so, I won't really be able to do too much with it, and I'll just be knackered as well. So, if I can get it if I can schedule 1 day a week to do some bodging and some fixing and investigations work, then I'll be more than happy. But, that's the Clio update for now, anyway. One of the slightly odder features of the Clio is this little gear badge that lived on the front headlight. I don't know why, I don't know how it got there, but it did. It was in the process of falling off, so I've prized it off and I will reattach it soon, maybe as the crowning piece of the car whenever most of the work is finished. But for now, it is safe and I'll just leave it sitting on the tea shelf.